The electrification of the automotive industry is in full swing. We have already seen so many amazing designs, from funky-looking subcompacts to lightning-fast sports cars. The offer of all-electric SUVs is also very impressive, but somehow, family haulers have been neglected until now. We are finally getting a genuine three-row all-electric SUV that won't cost a fortune. We are finally getting the Kia EV9, the electric SUV we've been all waiting for. Along with sister company Hyundai, Kia enjoys a pretty impressive reputation in the EV world. In just a couple of years, the Korean company became one of the segment leaders, mainly because of the monumental technological leap. Now the goal is to launch 11 EVs by 2026, and the EV9 is the next chapter of this ambitious plan. The EV6 already shows how serious of a player Kia has become with advanced battery technology and other technical solutions. But the new EV9 is much more than that. It is proof that Korean designers have finally learned to make a car that looks mature and doesn't lag behind competitors from the West. Moreover, it looks like this EV will lead the pack because it will be the first genuinely practical electric SUV. It will offer 3 rows of seats, a respectable 5,000-pound max towing capacity, decent driving dynamics, and quite impressive charging speed. It will also feature an onboard power generator, so you can use this SUV also as a power source. All that will come with a quite attractive sticker price, especially when compared to other EVs with similar levels of performance and other features. The EV9 will ride on the company's new eGMP architecture, and therefore will share most of the parts with the upcoming Hyundai Ioniq 7. What's more important is its size, because this will be a genuine full-size SUV with nearly 200 inches in total length and quite impressive 122 inches in the wheelbase. That's a pretty big size increase when compared to the gas-only Telluride, which is currently the biggest vehicle in Kia's lineup. The concept version was presented almost 2 years ago, and the thing you will definitely like is that the production version didn't sacrifice any of its amazing styling for the sake of production cost-cutting. No, the EV9 looks impressive, with its huge dimensions and boxy shape that come combined with a futuristic design approach, upright grille, and upright LED daytime running lights. At the same time, the bold aesthetics are complemented by tons of elegant details, starting from those fancy gliding door handles. All in all, we are not surprised at all that more than 17,000 people already showed interest in purchasing this EV. Despite that, the Korean car maker already announced that it won't be able to produce more than 4,000 units per year. Purists would say that brands like Kia can never be considered premium, but once they enter the cabin of EV9, they will quickly run out of arguments for such claims. Simply put, this SUV looks more luxurious than any Kia ever made, with a super nice selection of materials and a lot of attention to detail. All that works perfectly well in a combination with clean dashboard design full of horizontal lines, which exists in such an elegant symbiosis with modern tech features, starting from a massive panel that incorporates 2 12.3-inch screens, one of the gauges, and the other for the infotainment. Speaking of the infotainment system, the Korean car maker claims that the EV9 will feature next-generation software, completely different from what we are seeing in conventional models like Telluride. After all, it's easy to notice the lack of physical buttons, but details about the new system are still unavailable. Things will be as impressive in terms of advanced driver assistance features, where we expect to see some sort of semi-autonomous driving system, most likely adaptive cruise control with hands-free driving mode. Things like automatic emergency braking, pedestrian detection, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, and blind spot monitoring will also be standard in all models. The EV9's cabin looks elegant and luxurious, but that's not a thing that sets it apart from other EVs. No, the key strength of this model is its space. This will be the first genuine 3-row crossover on the market, which will be able to accommodate adults in the 3rd row with ease. It will come in 2 seating configurations with 7 or 6 seats. The latter will swap the 2nd row bench with a couple of captain's chairs for superior comfort, which will go so far that these chairs will be able to rotate to face the 3rd row. The company also claims superior passenger space in the first and second rows, though we are still waiting for the exact numbers. The front and second row seats will also feature power adjustability, as well as the ability to recline at the push of a button. With such impressive exterior dimensions and a boxy shape, passengers won't be the only ones to benefit. This EV will also offer a decent cargo area with 30 cubic feet with the third row seats folded down. Additionally, there is a nice 3.2 cubic feet storage compartment at the front in the so-called frunk area. Things like stylish aesthetics and a spacious cabin wouldn't mean much without a proper drivetrain setup, and the EV9 will be more than adequate. It will be offered in 3 variants. Base versions will combine a smaller battery with a single 215 horsepower electric motor mounted on the rear axle. With such an output, the EV9 definitely won't be lighting fast, especially not by EV standards, but we think that the ability to hit 60 miles per hour in 8 seconds will satisfy most of the potential buyers. If you prefer something faster than that, you may relieve your worries, because the Kia EV9 will also come with a bigger battery and additional electric motor at the front. That configuration will feature a max output of 379 horsepower, plenty enough to complete a 0 to 60 sprint in just 5 seconds. If that's not enough, just wait for the 2025 model year, because it will bring the GT trim a performance-oriented version, which will feature a max output of 576 horsepower. Oh, we almost forgot. The single-motor version will also be available with a large battery. For some reason, that electric motor will feature less power compared to one with a smaller battery. That unit puts out 201 horsepower. As we've just mentioned, the EV9 will offer a respectable max towing capacity of up to 5,000 pounds, which is on par with most mid-size gas-powered SUVs. However, there is one aspect where EV9 won't be able to keep up with more traditional SUVs, and that would be off-road performance. The reason is quite simple. It's because the max ground clearance will be just 7.8 inches. As we've just mentioned, the EV9 will come with 2 battery packs on offer. Base models will use a smaller 76.1 kilowatt-hour battery, which should ensure a max range of up to 230 miles. The bigger battery will feature a 99.8 kilowatt-hour battery, which should ensure up to 300 miles on a single charge. According to the officials, both versions will come with a built-in heat pump, which will have the function to maximize range in the case of low outside temperatures. The max range by itself seems typical for a modern-day EV. However, that's not the only important thing in the EV universe. When you're driving an electric vehicle, autonomy is just one side of the coin. The other one is the ability to recharge quickly. And this is where the EV9 is expected to outshine competitors. Namely, one of the key benefits of the eGMP platform is that it supports pretty impressive charging speeds. We are talking about an 800-volt battery architecture, which is pretty much a gold standard in today's industry, and the level of performance that has been reserved only for premium models so far. This SUV will bring super fast charging to the mainstream segment and be the first family-oriented all-electric SUV with a 230 kilowatt charging rate. We know that this piece of information doesn't mean much to most of you, so let's translate it into a common tongue. Simply said, this charging speed means that the EV9 will be able to add 150 miles of range in just 15 minutes. Quite impressive, we would say. Kia's new flagship SUV is almost ready to hit the market, and according to the latest reports, first deliveries will start in the 4th quarter of this year. The company hasn't announced prices yet, but we are pretty sure that base models will cost less than $60,000. Car and Driver already came up with estimations, suggesting that the base versions will go around $56,000. The dual-motor version is expected to cost around $58,000, while the range-topping GT, which will probably arrive in 2025, should cost around $73,000. Although still quiet about the exact price, the officials confirmed that the new SUV will come with a 10-year warranty that also includes the battery. As for the competition, the EV9 will be pretty much the first 3-row EV with the mainstream badge on the market, so the initial competitors will be notably more expensive. The Rivian R1T is one of them, but there are also a few upcoming 3-row electric SUVs, such as the Mercedes-Benz GLS and the Volvo EX90. Do you think that the Kia EV9 has the quality to compete with much pricier premium badged rivals? Does it have the potential to become a household name among family-oriented electric SUVs? Let us know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.